Welcome back to Magical Mayhem. We're going to start today's episode off over at Epcot, where in October of 2023, a man jumped into the World Showcase Lagoon on a $60,000 dare, only to be quickly hauled out by security.
As if there wasn't enough to do at Disney, a man decided to make his own fun and jumped into the lagoon at Epcot.
Oh no, never.
Bystanders caught the wacky and potentially dangerous incident on camera. People are speculating that the
I didn't see what that said, dang it.
motive behind this stunt was a... People are speculating
Let's see, it says, guy jumps in freezing cold Epcot Disney water for $60,000.
that the motive behind this stunt was a financial bet. One family says they heard the man's friends bet him $6,000.
Oh no, I'd be way too scared of gators.
TikTok user claims it was $60,000.
I don't know how likely it is that gators are in that water, but I wouldn't risk it.
Body of water that reaches 25 feet in depth at certain parts. When the man emerged from the water near the Italy pavilion, he was met with both cheers and reprimands.
You're gonna get kicked out of Disney, mister. Yeah, you're definitely getting kicked out.
Walt Disney World says it reserves the right to tell anyone engaging in an unsafe act to leave the property. Eyewitnesses say Disney security
Catch me if you
escorted
can,
the man
it
out
says.
of the theme park. This is Inside Edition Digital.
Oh, I'm sure he got a lifetime ban. I have no doubt. Oh man, would you guys do that for $60,000 or less? I wouldn't, because then I could never go back to Disney again, and that would just be horrible. In January of 2023, a guest was asked to leave Disney property. Instead of complying, his behavior quickly escalated as he screamed, "My daddy will have you fired," in the faces of security members. His warning then quickly upgraded to a trip to the county jail. And just a heads up, there is quite a bit of cussing in this clip. It is bleeped out, but you can definitely tell what he's saying.
My daddy will have all of y'all fired.
Punch your stuff up so you can
Ew.
get property, dude.
Okay.
Ugh.
Back the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. Back the fuck up! Thank you.
Oh my
Back
gosh.
You left some more stuff down there.
Jeez.
Oh, he just went into the restrooms over here.
Wait, what was that? Looks like somebody found the G while they were in there.
Okay, but you got to trespass him. If you told him to leave.
Coming in No.
They are giving him way too much grace, in my opinion.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, well, here's the deal at this point. You've been told to leave this property, and you have your choice. You can either leave or you're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail if you don't leave.
He's obviously
That's fine.
intoxicated.
I walked up on this property. Go ahead and check the video cameras.
Don't care. You've been told to leave.
What argument are you even trying to make here? What do you mean check the cameras to prove that you're on property? Yes, we are painfully aware you're on property. You're sitting on a park bench in front of the Magic Kingdom, and they're trying to escort you off that property. Is your argument that since you're already here, you don't have to leave?
There's a lot of kids and families walking by, so if we could just watch the language if you don't mind.
Okay, here's the deal, okay? You have one more chance. One more. If you swear or curse while there's children around...
Don't look at me and don't talk to me
Excuse
like
me?
that.
Excuse me?
Oh
Can you
no.
imagine some parent is taking their kid to Disney
Oh,
for the
no.
first time,
I'd be
and they're
so
trying to
mad.
make memories that'll last for the rest of their life? And then almost immediately, when they walk up to the front gate, all they hear is this intoxicated jerk yelling every single obscenity at the top of his lungs. You know how they say kids hear everything? Yeah, they definitely do. So
There you go. Put your feet in there. Come on.
I'll leave.
Put your feet in.
Oh, now you want to be respectful and listen.
Put your feet in there.
I'll leave, please.
I bet that happens all the time.
Please, I'll leave. I'll leave.
We all on the same page? Trespass after warning? Sure. Okay.
Hey! What are you doing?
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Slam your head.
Oh, jeez.
Just don't hurt yourself, okay?
Nope, sorry, you had your chance. Oh my gosh, what a little monster. He was definitely intoxicated, but geez Louise. I really hope he learned a lesson after that one. I bet they have to put up with so many people like that. God, what a nightmare. On very rare occasions, the worst offenders aren't guests at all. Get ready for this week's Mayhem Hall of Shame.
I want to talk to your manager!
In April of 2023, a Disney employee in Galaxy's Edge was caught filming under women's skirts, something they later discovered he had been doing for 6 years. After being caught red-handed, he confessed, was arrested, and earned a permanent spot in our Mayhem Hall of Shame.
Right now, a Disney cast member is facing serious charges, and Disney is facing lots of questions. Deputies say he admitted to recording hundreds of inappropriate videos of women at one theme park with his phone, and investigators are telling us this was happening for the last 6 years. News 6's Brian Didlake is live in the newsroom with the latest on this. Brian.
Eric, deputies say a witness caught him in the act at Hollywood Studios last month, and when they started asking him questions, he admitted to having hundreds more videos.
Ew.
Take a look. At Disney's Hollywood Studios, Orange County deputies say they responded after they got a call an employee was filming an upskirt video of a female back at the end of March. In this arrest affidavit, deputies say that employee was 26-year-old Jorge Diaz Vega. In a recorded interview, deputies say Diaz Vega admitted he had been taking videos of the dresses or skirts of unknown females in the Disney World theme parks for approximately 6 years. According to the report, Diaz told investigators he had an estimated 500 videos in his phone. Deputies say Diaz explained he took the video because it was, quote, hard to find them online. Diaz said he filmed multiple females in the Doc Ondar's store where he says guests often went to buy lightsabers. A deputy wrote, quote, Diaz said taking videos was a guilty pleasure for him, as Diaz showed deputies multiple images on his phone. In the report, deputies say Diaz claimed to suffer from an illness, but specifics were redacted.
Oh, stop.
Yet even with the diagnosis, deputies say Diaz knew right from wrong.
Yeah.
The News 6 did reach out Saturday to Disney asking about the allegations, but was just told, quote, the individual does not work for the company.
Yeah.
And now we are asking Disney where else in the parks he worked, or if he just worked in the Star Wars themed stores in Hollywood Studios. And once we hear back, we'll get back to you on air and online. But for right now, we are live in the newsroom. Brian Didlake getting results. News 6.
Disturbing for sure, Brian. Thank you.
So disturbing. Ew. So that was in 2023 when he got caught. So 2017 when he started that. Gross. Gross. Ugh. He definitely deserves to be in the Mayhem Hall of Shame. Our next clip takes us to Epic Universe, where a guest tried to steal merch before the park even officially opened to the public. Security quickly caught him, and the only thing that he left with was a lifetime ban.
Got kicked out the park.
They caught me stealing. They caught me stealing in this store. I don't give a fuck.
Ew, what a loser. Gross.
I think it's funnier that the park is not even open yet and is still in technical rehearsal.
Yeah, that guy was such a loser.
We are stealing at a park.
Yeah, like he had to be invited by someone.
And putting it on the internet. I think between this...
Oh, how rude. He had to be invited by a team member. And so he probably got that team member fired.
Videos, the Igor
what is
videos,
wrong with people?
Which are very reminiscent of Tally. I think we are in a very bad place with this.
What's reminiscent of Tally?
Opening. I think it just makes things a little bit more crazier because how do you get banned from a park that's not even open yet?
Right.
I think what it does is that it sets a very bad precedence when new parks open.
Ugh.
And who they invite and who they bring. And I know it's kind of hard to really tell, like, oh, are you somebody that's going to steal from the company? Are you somebody that's going to commit, like, fraud and theft? It's really kind of hard to, like, pinpoint that. I just think it just makes an example out of you. So
and it's like you're a grown man. Like, you're stealing from a theme park, and then you laugh about it, and ugh, losers, all I can say.
And I don't think the ban...
Yeah, and now you never get to go back.
In like several years, you're going to think that was worth it either.
I hope he never gets to go back after he acted like that.
One less person in the park now. Like, it's funny to watch like a lot of the content creators, at least some that have been banned in the park, say at least Universal. Look at Epic Universal opening, and they're having very, very grim regrets on everything they've done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I bet. They don't get to go experience. They don't get to go experience this new amazing park.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Yeah. In life, I'm sure that he does all kinds of stupid stuff all the time. I just feel bad for whoever invited him because they probably lost their job. What a jerk. Next up, this is from May of 2013. A guest brought a loaded gun into Disney World and left it behind on a ride for a child to find. Unbelievable. Let's get into it.
Prizes are the norm at Disney World, but this was truly unexpected. A woman and her grandchild find a loaded gun on a ride in Animal Kingdom. West 2's Talitha Vickers has been looking into this. And Talitha, did the gun owner do anything wrong here?
Yeah, Martha, he broke one of Disney's very strict policies, no weapons allowed. Nevertheless, this father was able to sneak his gun inside of Disney property.
Why do you need a gun inside Disney?
It's the last thing you expect to come across at Disney, but a child discovered a semi-automatic gun similar to this one, loaded with 5 hollow point bullets.
Hollow points?
That's crazy, man.
Why do you need a gun with hollow points inside Disney unless you are up to no good?
Should have never made it past Disney security and onto the dinosaur ride at Animal Kingdom. Investigators say a grandmother and her grandson alerted employees about the weapon. The report states, quote, a young boy with the woman said, my grandma found it on her seat.
Yeah, they should have metal detectors or something like that. Or, you know, where they screen.
Yeah, this was before metal detectors. How interesting.
Disney does have a strict policy against weapons. According to the report, the gun owner, Angelo Lista of Royal Palms Beach, Florida, quote, went through the security bag check area, but since his gun was in his back pocket, the issue never came up.
I wouldn't be too happy to find it.
I think that they should do a metal detect scan before people go into Disney.
It'd take forever if you did, though, for everyone to get in. If they searched everyone that thoroughly, it'd be crazy. It'd take forever to get in. And
Disney would not go into detail about its security procedures, but issued this statement saying guns are not permitted on property. As soon as we were made aware of the situation, we contacted the Orange County Sheriff's Office and they took possession of the weapon. The guest was escorted to his car and was not allowed to return. Angelo Lista does have a concealed weapons permit. He did not want to talk on camera, but issued this statement. It reads in part that there were bullets in the magazine, but not in the chamber, so no one could have been
Why do you need it at Disney?
I was thinking of the safety of my family. If there had been some psycho there, I'd rather be prepared. You just never know. Reporting live from Disney, Talitha Vickers, West 2 News.
We have some fast-moving...
I mean... I guess that's before metal detectors, so I guess he kind of had a good point, but geez Louise. It's so interesting. This was only 12 years ago. First of all, this video looks like so old to me for some reason. And second of all, like, to think of a time where there weren't metal detectors is just so bizarre to me. Okay, well, now we do have metal detectors. So up next, we are going off the rails with moments so bizarre, it's criminal. Just a few weeks ago, Disney Springs saw one of its strangest crimes yet. A thief in scuba gear swam up to the paddlefish restaurant, robbed staff of up to $20,000, and disappeared back into the water.
The scuba-clad man knowing about the security camera, knowing where to strip off and hide his wetsuit, and knowing when the manager of the paddlefish restaurant at
This was
Disney
pretty big
Springs would
news
be
just
counting
recently,
their cash for the night.
as I'm sure you guys
Investigators
know.
say the man boarded the replica steamboat just after midnight Monday and forced 2 employees into the corner of the room. They said he told them to close their eyes. They didn't see a weapon, but did what he said. Sources familiar with the investigation told us separately he then tied the employees up.
That restaurant is really good.
In 2 minutes, making off with somewhere between 10 and 20,000.
Definitely an inside job. 2 minutes, knew all that stuff. I mean, come on. Obviously it was.
Deputies believe he put his scuba gear on after the robbery, jumped into the man-made pond, and swam off, leaving this bizarre picture behind, and the staff to clean up and open as normal to guests just 12 hours later as detectives scoured the area.
Oh, so weird. I don't think they've caught him yet either. That one is definitely off the rails. In 2019, Patrick Spikes, a former Disney cast member, made headlines after stealing over $300,000 worth of props and costumes from Disney attractions. He was also suspected of the disappearance of the Buzzy animatronic from Epcot. Spikes was arrested, later took a plea deal, and was banned from Disney for life.
Next, we're in Orlando, Florida, where 24-year-old former Walt Disney World employee Patrick Spikes is being questioned as a person of interest in connection to the alleged theft of more than $7,000 worth of memorabilia from the theme park, according to police reports. The allegedly stolen items are costumes and wigs from the Magic Kingdom's Haunted Mansion attraction. Court documents detail how Spikes became a suspect after he allegedly posted some of the stolen items on social media 2 months after they were taken. And police say Spikes received more than $30,000 in PayPal payments for the items. Today, detectives David Foro Jr. and Kent Mathern interrogate Spikes at Orlando PD headquarters.
No one from Disney's here. Well, you're not detained, you're not arrested, you're free to leave. You understand that? Yeah. Okay, I want to make sure that we're on the same page. Your phone ever been stolen?
No. Why you ask?
Well, I'm trying to figure out if anyone would have taken your phone and used it anywhere.
Why do you think this?
I'm asking. Okay. So you don't loan your phone out to anybody else. Okay. So
you can tell this guy's a jerk. I mean, Patrick, not the cop.
Detectives then present 2 photos of the allegedly stolen items that they say they've traced to Spike's phone.
Can you put your phone on the table for me?
He knows he's caught.
Just put it over here. Don't mess with it. Just put it down. Okay. So are these pictures on that phone?
Nope.
Were they taken with that phone?
Nope.
Okay. So how long have you owned that phone?
Yeah, he's looking at his phone.
Maybe. I mean.
No. Put it down. I don't want you touching it. So those pictures are on the internet right now, and they're attached to your phone number.
What an idiot.
You can send those pictures out?
Nope.
Okay, you're obviously lying.
So that's not your car. You don't own a bag like that or ever possessed one like that. This isn't Disney World backstage. This isn't your leg. I just want to get this all out in the open so later on, because obviously you realize now I know more than you think I know. Okay, I want to make sure all your lies are straight right now, or you want to come forward right now, because I know a little bit more than I'm telling you, Patrick.
What do you know?
Like he's going to tell you.
That's your leg. These are the things you had in your possession. We want them back.
As detectives continue to turn up the heat, Spike seems to decide that it's time for him to exercise his right to legal counsel.
Well, how about this?
Yep.
About to walk out.
Okay.
And you guys want to talk and come back to my attorney. How about that?
Okay.
What a cocky.
Keep the car there.
Ew.
We're keeping your phone. And actually, no, give me that.
Oh my gosh. What an idiot, dude.
Damn it. I'm under arrest. Okay, I'm gonna cooperate.
Oh,
okay. Every time it's like, okay, fine.
Okay, you're gonna be secured right now. Okay, you're not gonna destroy evidence right in front of me. Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay.
Am I under arrest?
You're gonna be detained at this point.
I call my mom and tell her that
you're an adult, correct?
Yeah.
What's up with these people with moms and their daddies and their mommies? You're grown up
Spikes
adults,
entered a
dude.
no contest plea for dealing in stolen property, which landed him 10 years probation, 250 hours of community service,
Why they act like
and
this?
more than $25,000 in restitution. He was also ordered to never return to Disney parks.
Yeah. Man, how unfortunate. That's 2 cast members today that did horrible things. Obviously, this is very few and far between, but these 2 really did some damage. In September of 2024, one mom tried sneaking her kids into Disney one too many times. Eventually, her rule breaking inside the Disney bubble led to real-world consequences. Oh, I feel sorry for those little girls.
Welcome to your 3-minute Disney news flash for the week. I'm your host, but not your ghost host, Brian Perry. The happiest place on earth wasn't so happy for one Disneyland resort goer and her young children, as video footage of an arrest is making rounds on social media. The woman seen handcuffed here was taken in by Anaheim police after she allegedly tried to pass off her children as under 3 years old in order to get them into California Adventure for free. The police department stated that she was arrested for trespassing and was released pretty much right away with just a citation. Disneyland does allow children 2 and under into the parks for free, but if you're 3 years old, you're ready to cough up some cash. Ages 3 to 9 are eligible for a kid's discount of around $10 to $15 off the adult price, which will still set you back well over $100. I do wonder how Disney makes the call on deciding if a kid is 3 or over. Do they ID kids?
No.
Kids even have IDs? I don't know. I don't have kids. So.
No, it's based on that cast member, and I'm sure that they give them some tips on how to tell. I mean, I feel like this would be really extreme if this was like a one-time thing. I have a feeling this was not this woman's first time doing this. That's what I had read, and you know, either way, though, there's consequences. But I do feel like hauling her off in handcuffs through the park is a little extreme if it was her first time. As always, we're going to end our episode on a positive note. This week's MVP proves heroes can come in small packages, keeping the magic and others safe. It's time for our magical vibe protector of the week. Earlier, we put a disgraced Disney employee in our Mayhem Hall of Shame, but this week's MVP is the brave 14-year-old girl who spoke up, holding him and the Disney company accountable. Her actions helped prevent anyone else from becoming a victim.
This morning, Disney is facing a lawsuit connected to the alleged crimes of one of its cast members.
And that employee is accused of taking upskirt pictures of dozens of guests at the park. Well, Bob Payson is live at Disney this morning. And Bob, the family of one of the victims says that the company should have known that this man was a problem.
Yeah, that victim was 14 years old at the time, and the lawsuit says the upskirt videos made her get physically sick. Now, this case all centers on one cast member. That man's name was George Diaz-Vega, who was arrested 2 years ago. Investigators say he worked at the Doc Ondar
So this lawsuit just came through in 2025.
Studios, and they allegedly found 500 videos on his phone. The sheriff's office says he admitted to recording videos up the skirts of female guests and employees and had been doing it for 6 years. One alleged victim was a 14-year-old girl visiting from Michigan with her grandmother. They are the ones who are suing Disney. The family told deputies that Diaz-Vega dropped a toy on the ground and started recording up her dress. The lawsuit says the girl then started crying and screaming, ran into a bathroom where she threw up and had a panic attack. They're suing for invasion of privacy and negligence.
Not pretending like she didn't see it.
Is that the company knew about Diaz-Vega's behavior. The lawsuit says, quote, prior to the subject incident of March 30th, 2023, George Diaz-Vega was caught recording a female co-worker of his and was reported to a Disney employee supervisor.
Are you kidding me?
I did reach out to Disney for comment on this lawsuit, but this morning we have not heard back yet.
Oh my!
Covering Orange County live at Disney. Bob Hazen, West 2 News.
That supervisor should also be let go. Did he not report him to the higher ups, or like what the heck happened there? Yeah, that girl was very brave to have said something and didn't pretend like she didn't see it, a lot of people would probably just be so uncomfortable that they would just leave and just pretend like it didn't happen. I'm sure that happened many times, and that's why he got away with it for so long. So she is our MVP of the week for speaking out. If that ride was wild enough for you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the mayhem. Thanks for joining me today on this magical disaster ride. Until next time, keep your hands, feet, and sanity inside the vehicle at all times. And remember, protect the magic and mock the mayhem. I'll catch you on the next breakdown.